Chanapol Club, microphone check. Peter Chewe live, microphone check. Break and finish live, microphone check. Peter Chewe live, testing sound. And Chanapol Club, testing sound. Break and finish live, testing sound. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to what is a very rainy Friday evening at the venue that is some kind of usual suspect. Today we are at Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi with a stream restarted. We are watching live action coming all the way from you, all the way to you, between Ian and Ishmael, streaming on 3 platforms: Mchana Pool Club YouTube, Peter Chobe Live YouTube, as well as Break and Finish Live Facebook. All 3 streams are sharing the same exact commentary from myself, live from Mchana Pub and Grill, Simon Peter Chobe. It is frame number 2 being played in this, which is going to be a long race to 21, I believe, for a minimum of 3 hours perhaps. Between 11 p.m. to midnight, we shall be done with this, which is part 5 of Ishmael versus Ian. This time round, it is Ish that is starting off the stronger of the 2. With 2 frames played, Ishmael leads by 2 frames to 0. Please feel free to contact us in the comment section if the network is not very stable. And for the Break and Finish live stream, I actually had to restart because I had not gotten my act right for the start of the match. 2 for Ishmael and 0 for Ian. Race to 21 for $2,000 live commentary proceeding shortly. Now, just as a matter of information, the stake is $1,000 for each player, and both of the management teams of these players have submitted to me $1,000 and have given me full permission with authority to give it to whoever between the 2 will be the first player to 21 frames. Who will it be? Your guess is as good as mine. It is the 5th time that the Ugandan Ian Kazibwe and the South African Ishmael Mthethwa are facing off. The first one was not even a year ago, maybe just about 8 months ago, maybe less than 8, in the city of Dar es Salaam at the eve of the grand finale of the Q Masters International Carnival. That was won in the singles by the Zambian Roy Kabwe, in the teams by in the teams by Ian's team, Roxbury, with Ishmael in participation. The 2 raced to 15 for $1,000. A match that I remember streaming. The match was won by Ian by 15 frames to 10. Second time that they got to face off was about 5 days or so ago at this very venue, China Pub and Grill, same table in the same city, same country. A race to 15, it was won by Ishmael by 15 frames to 10. The following day, Ian had business with Ibra, which was a rematch of action that was won by Ishmael for $2,000 when he beat Ibra comprehensively by 21 frames to 11. Racing for $2,000. The match was won by Ishmael, and thereafter Ishmael was programmed to take on Ian again. The match was won by Ian in a race to 15 by 15 frames to 13. And then just 2 days ago, the two faced off for the third time in Kenya, but the fourth time overall at the venue that is called Jamlock, about 25 kilometers east of where we are, alongside Mombasa Road. This time round, they agreed to race to 21 and not 15, and the pot was raised to $2,000. The match was won by 21 frames to 19 by Ian. This provides the fifth time of competition between the two, but yes, with Ian having 3 wins out of the last 4 and Ishmael 1. And the two, I personally rate them the most sophisticated left-handed players on the African continent. One of them is using his usual left hand, which is always lethal, to finish a frame, manipulating the cue ball well. Black will be sunk to the corner pocket on the left, which is right if you're watching on Channel Pool Club. As we speak, it is now Ian 1 and Ishmael 2. Now, our apologies, this match came on perhaps to bridge the gap. The action that was supposed to have happened on the day was rematch of action between Ishmael and Ibra, but the match was cancelled. But upon the cancellation, Ian made it very clear that at any time that Ishmael wanted to play with him, if any match was not possible, he was always available as an opponent. And remember, when he came into the country of Kenya, he came about 3 days later than the rest of the Ugandan team. He was coming as backup because Ishmael was demanding to have more than 2 matches per day, while the Ugandans are accustomed to playing 1 at a time. There looks to be a big mistake by Ish. Whether or not he would have spotted the cue ball, that one will not go down as a shot too well taken, most especially for a player of his caliber and experience. He should never ever have gotten himself snookered. Will want to cap the ball around the yellow by mouth shot to try to find the black. Finds the black, doesn't pot it, and Ian can get a chance to play in the frame. I never saw him getting that chance. The first 2 frames, dear viewers, were won by by Ishmael. I want to beg your pardon. The third by Ian, that's why the score is just 2 frames to 1. This one is a 4th. Ish came so close to winning it. Then he gotten himself snookered. And Ian looks like he could pounce by punishing and equalizing in this race to 21. He's all the way from Kampala, but under Nigerian management. Big Kel's Pro Lounge in Lagos is his management team after signing out of Roxbury, which is his former management team. I have to say, nonetheless, as a club player for the league games in the country of Uganda, he is still under Club Roxbury. The yellow close to the cue ball will be the more difficult of the 2. He's deciding to play it last with the assumption he's potting the one that he's playing. Cue ball into the would be dead yellow. It was played well. You get the feeling he needed to have played with a little more power. He has choice whether to play yellow to the immediate side pocket close to it, perhaps to the corner pocket at the top, which is left. If you're watching on Channel Pool Club, he's going for the corner pocket with a rail drive just along the cushion, hopefully pot. He looks on, and yes, he's on. However, leaves a cut between white and black. For him to roll it into the center pocket bottom, it will be something. It's the corner pocket, sorry, at the bottom if you're watching on Break and Finish, but it's also the corner pocket at the top right if you're watching on Channel Pool Club. There is, a yellow at the extreme top, perhaps extreme right, and he will be using it to manipulate the cue ball as close can be to the black, which he will be potting with the biggest kind of ease to have momentum to start rolling in his favor as the Ugandan equalizes in the race. It is Ian 2 and Ishmael 2. is 2 frames apiece, dear viewers, with the Ugandan Ian perhaps on the verge of taking a lead for the first time in the match. If he sinks the 2 reds to the corresponding corner pockets, the top end of the table, which is left end depending on where you're watching from, he could start to smell what leading in the 5th match between the 2 does look like. He wants support with cue ball played with right spin off the cushion, then moves rightwards where there is the black. He could get himself snookered here, plays the cue ball into the red, and it couldn't have been any better. These ones he never ever misses. He takes the lead of Ishmael, who won the first 2 frames and has since then lost the next 3. It is Ian 3 and Ishmael 2. Once again, just in case you're only now joining, you are watching a money match that has only come out as a replacement match after cancellation of the initially advertised match that was supposed to be happening between the South African Ishmael and the Ugandan Ibra. Be reminded that action happening is between most especially Ishmael and the trio of Ugandans that traveled from Kampala about 10 days ago to challenge him for money matches, and perhaps where a chance is take on the Kenyans. And yes, there has already been action between Ugandans and Kenyans, as well as a team game that happened yesterday. That one is having some discussion for the possibility of a rematch that could be happening tomorrow, but pending confirmation. Mchana Pub and Grill alongside Ngong Road is our location. A money match between Ian and Ishmael. And unless I am proven wrong, in my books they're the most lethal players on the African continent today. 2 players that are not at the same level whatsoever in terms of experience, most especially Ishmael having been a renowned player from 2013 up to present date. And his best year ever was 2014 when he was crowned Africa 1. And after winning the Africa Pool Championships in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, which is just about maybe 500 or so kilometers away, after crossing the border between Kenya and Tanzania at Namanga, he beat Aiden Joseph in the final. And the following year, that was 2015, there were a series of money matches between Aiden and Ishmael. A very young Aiden it was. After those money matches, Ishmael decided to let go and acclaimed that he will never ever play with Aiden. When he posted on his Facebook page that is called Ishmael Mthethwa, he said that guy is a ghost. Since then, Aiden is called the ghost. And because of limited competition in South Africa, Ishmael started roaming around the continent, including countries like Kenya and Tanzania and his native Zimbabwe, to play matches. But he had a tour of Uganda in their 2016, and I happened to watch majority of the matches that were organized between him and then the best players in the country, the likes of Jonah Turija, Sula Matovu, Alfred Gumekeza, Jeffrey Setumba, a very young Ibrahim Sejemba, and a very young Simon Nogolo, amongst others. He did play 9 matches against Ugandans. Ishmael won 7 and lost 2, and came back and said, I have cleaned the country. Since then, he has never returned to the country, but has sometimes gotten to have matches against some of the best players the country has to offer, including this that is called Ian, with whom the two are racing for the very 5th time, with Ian having won 3 of the first 4. In some kind of way, it is Ishmael trying to play catch up here, not just trying to catch up in terms of current scores, but also trying to catch up in terms of number of wins in as far as head-to-head performance statistics are concerned. Now there is some kind of tempting shot by Ian here. If he's have a sharp cut on the red, put it to the corner pocket, the cable could be played into the 2 reds touching each other to split them open, create an opening in which he could finish the frame, which is certainly possible. He plays the cue ball into the black, and not even on target. He gets the shot completely wrong. Advantage, Ishmael. Thank you for watching. Kim Somaina, Channel Polo Club Monsignor, good evening to you too. And J Mampesa. Every time you are looking at Yegon, you call him the calculator, of course. Kelvin Yegon is the umpire of the day. He has somewhat been a successful player during the tour, besides the match that he played against the Ugandan Ibra Sejemba Racing to 21 for 1,000. Kelvin, okay, umpire Kelvin was defeated by 21 frames to 19. Kind of embarrassing. He somewhat redeemed himself when he beat the Ugandan youngster Yahaya in a race to 11, race to 13 by 13 frames to 10, and was part of the Kenya Nchana team that played against the Ugandans yesterday. And who doesn't remember that money match in which the Ugandans won by 13 frames to 9, as Ishmael goes for a clearance that Ian came short, and Ishmael is coming through. He leaves the cut between white and yellow for him to get natural white for black off the cushion, as close can be to the black, and the rest will be a formality. Black is sunk. Ish 3 and Ian 3. And thank you for watching Savoy. On the YouTube stream, Charles Pavins, Travis Fred, Lucky Lewis, Emmanuel Chisala, Joseph Payne, he must be watching from somewhere in Zambia, Lil Paul, Nathan Mugisha, and all of you who are already in your hundreds, just watching on YouTube, while we also shout out to a few of you that are watching on Facebook, and I know that many will be supporting Ishmael because the Break and Finish Live Facebook page has a bigger South African following than anywhere else. Buntu General, thank you for watching, of course supporting Ishmael. Phila Masendeke, you're watching from Australia. You say you've been following Ishmael's matches and you think he has feelings when he loses. You think his sportsmanship might not make him a champion ever again. Well, I wouldn't call them feelings. He likes to gear himself up before the matches and likes to pump himself up when he wins. Sometimes even it is preparing his psyche for the next game, but he does love to celebrate, and he celebrates big. I think you may have misjudged him there. Mbekonkola, also thank you for watching on Break and Finish Live Facebook, as is Cyber Monk. You think Ishmael generated new rules from the thin air? Yeah, still not done with that match between Ishmael and who was it? It was Ibra at Jamlock, about 25 kilometers east of where we are. Frame number 7 could be taken by Ian, who, by the way, will be having his scores on the Break and Finish Live scoreboard on the left in red, with Ishmael having his scores on the right in blue, while on the Mchana Polo Club scoreboard it is Ishmael on the left and Ian on the right, and yet the left-hander misses the ball that he should have put it to the corner pocket on the top left. How will Ishmael recover here? Here he does. Here he comes. Here he tries with one mission: take the lead and take it by winning the ongoing frame and win it with his ongoing visits over the table. And he has done so well, putting red to the side pocket in the same shot, using the cue ball to play 2 other reds in space. With now 5 reds of his he has now the biggest miss, very unexpected, in the match so far. That one will go down as very painful, most especially should Ian finish the frame. But for Ian, he first has to. He's not made up his mind up to now as to which ball to play now. What he needs is to put a ball. He must make a ball. He goes for the one close the corner pocket, cuts it sharp and cuts it in, and manipulates the cue ball even better for the yellow that is closer to the cushion at the right end of the table. Is getting ever closer. Maybe he wanted the cue ball to have been played into the red. Had it been the case, he will have the cue ball just around the same area where there is the red, with more ease with which to put the yellow, but still can recover because the yellow is still portable at the top right corner of the table. He may have the cue ball bounce off the cushion and then move the whole distance bottomwards, close to the remaining yellow on the table, off to cushions, the whole distance bottomwards, pinpoint accuracy. But the cue ball after him playing the next yellow will not be natural for black, because black is just in front of Ishmael's red. Ian's next shot will be critical. The pot will be expected. The manipulation of the cue ball, not really. and has to be wary of the cue ball not being sunk to the center pocket on the left. He plays the cue ball into the red, pots the yellow, and gets himself snookered. He almost got himself lucky, by the way. And when this happens for players of this level, they know that more certain than not they will be losing the frame unless Ian does something a little bizarre here. Come off the cushion, find the black, and not only find it but also put it in some kind of way. And special thanks to the host of these matches, that is the management of Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi, and of course the ever inspirational, the brainchild behind the resumption of Kenyan pool, that is Chairman GNM, whom I suspect is watching perhaps from home as Ian plays off cushion into black, misses it. Black close to the cushion, a little bit of a reason to worry for Ishmael, but maybe leaves the frame in balance. 3-3, race to 21. Ian snookered. The ease of finding the angle is perhaps off the cushion at the top, which is the cushion on the left if you're watching on Mchana Pool Club. How good can he go? How well can he shoot? How effective can he be? Most especially finding the cushion, finding the black. Of course, finding the cushion is obvious. Finding the black and putting it are two different things altogether. Off cushion into black, puts the cue ball, and it's a foul in the process. Even better than Ishmael would have wanted if Ian had not found the black, because in that case it will be a foul whether black is dead. Now it is a foul with Ishmael having a free shot, and yet black has been played in space by Ian. Even easier for Ishmael to take the frame away, even more unlikely for Ian to be winning this ongoing frame between the two, which is now some kind of marriage. He has a lot of confidence playing on the pool table, which he does say it is one of the best, if not the very best pool table on the entire African continent. Those were Ishmael's words, that what you do, what you play is what the table gives you. A miss is a miss, a pot is a pot. And for the last red on the table, it was a pot. For the black on table by Ishmael, it will definitely be a pot. After 7 frames played, dear viewers, it is Ishmael Mthethwa 4 and Ian Kazibwe 3. It is 4 frames apiece between the Ugandan Ian Kazibwe donning brown, of course the brown of big kills, and the South African Ishmael Mthethwa donning black. They are racing to 21 with the consequence of a loss of $2,000 US for who of the two will not get to 21 frames before the other. Our venue is Mchana Pub and Grill, opposite Prestige Plaza, alongside Ngong Road, Nairobi, Kenya. It is 5th time that the two are facing off in 3 different cities, that is Dar es Salaam, and then Nairobi, and then the county of Machakos in Kenya, and in 2 different countries, a money match or 2 against Ishmael. And once that is confirmed, that is Ish against Kasozi, you will be the first to see a poster flying all over the internet like you've seen over the space of the last weeks. Frame number 9 is being played rather technically, rather tactically, rather defensively. You get a feeling Ishmael will be tempted to play a red, maybe to put, maybe not to put, simply to occupy the very critical corner pocket, but perhaps he's not yet made up his mind whether to pot or not. And if he's to pot the ball he's trying to play, then he will have made up his mind to go for the frame once and for all. If he doesn't pot, you know, he wants to go technical. He nominates the technical shot, he nominates to play defense. Ian will be counting on the yellow. That is so if Ishmael is to go for the frame, because now his balls, that is the reds, are positioned a little better than the yellows. Something for Ian here to have a powerful cut of the red to the corner pocket at the bottom right with the left spin on the cue ball, play it off the cushion and then into the black that is close to the yellows to play the yellow in space. It's what he's trying to do. There he goes. He fouls. In the end, big advantage Ishmael. He got the combination play correct, but he was not on target. The first thing of importance is support your ball. Everything else is second rate. Although cue ball manipulation is very crucial, there's nothing as critical as simply putting a ball in the spot of pull. Nothing. And now Ishmael pots for a free shot. Ian's yellow. By connection, red into yellow occupies the corner pocket at the top with his own red. And will, after putting the red, is playing. Perhaps again play red into red. The red that is close to the yellow near the center pocket top, which is the center pocket on the right. If you're watching, he's concealing the lead in frame number 9. These ones, Ishmael never ever lets his opponents back on table. He can start with whichever of the two reds. Of course, the one that is easier potable will be played first. Put it with a little backspin. Cue ball played closer to the red. And we will simply roll the last red to the corner pocket. There goes the break of frame number 10 by Ian as we now go into quarter way through the match. The break is dry. The chance is big for Ishmael to conclude the first quarter of the match with him having a 2-frame lead, and he will need to have it and have it by break and finish. There's something that really didn't come his way in the last match when he chose to play most of the match with defense and not offense. It didn't pay off as he lost it narrowly, and yet now he has chosen to play a frame, a shot that was gotten wrong, and now leaves the table open for Ian to go for the yellows. Of course, the better looking balls, and yes, he does close it with Ishmael on the reds. As for Ian, the expectation is for him to do exactly what Ishmael failed to, finish off the yellows with one visit of the table. Here comes the easier portable yellow, is the one closest to the cue ball. It does go in. There is passage to the corner pocket on the left. If you're watching on break and finish, it is the corner pocket on the right. If you're watching on Channel Pro Club, just a little. And how effective the easiest shots on the pool table can be. Now he simply needs to put yellow to the corner pocket on the left. Again with the top spin. Again cue ball following the yellow off the cushion, avoids the red, and now has choice to put black either to the corner pocket top or side pocket on the left, which is side pocket bottom if you're watching on Channel Club. By the look of things, he seems to fancy the corner pocket shot, which is diagonal, but the pocket has all the width, it looks wide. The left-hander pots black for the 5th time in the match. It is the Ugandan on 5 and the South African on 5 in a race to 21 for 2,000 US dollars. I normally divide races to 21 into 4 quarters: a quarter of 10, a second quarter of 10, a third quarter of 10, and the fourth quarter of 10. Now the first quarter has ended exactly level with Ian and Ishmael on 5 quarter number. And after the cancellation of the match between between Ishmael and Ibra, the backup for the Ugandans came in the form of Ian. And Dog City has just communicated with Ishmael that he's not hoping to play any more black ball in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 days, because he plays a lot of hay ball during the night. There is a very close place where he does play hay ball with Chinese players for casual purposes, and he says you cannot move from a hay ball table and then play black ball well the following day, because the two key sports are completely different, the dynamics are different, and the way you manipulate your body to play both sports is actually different. And by the way, welcome back for those of you that have been watching the World Hayball Championships today from China. Mixed results involving African players throughout the course of the event. And now the match between two Africans is having one of them getting himself snookered. That one will go down as a very careless shot by Ian. It will be very painful. You'll get a feeling he will lose it if he doesn't find black in some kind of way. And not only has he gotten himself snookered, even the natural angle is snookered. You get a feeling, but it doesn't pot. I believe this is advantage Ishmael, because the shot by Ian lacked power, and there is some space between the black and the jaw of the bottom corner pocket for Ishmael to pass his red. Be taking the lead. You get a feeling, given the current run of things, Ishmael is highly likely to be the leader in the next 1 minute or so. Where there is the black, but the cue ball has to bounce off the cushion to move a little leftwards, because that is how he will be potting black with ease. It's bigly played leftwards. Very big skill from the South African Zim. It is now Ishmael 6 and Ian 5. A race to 21 for now. You need to really be a strong player in the mind to recover from a frame loss that way by Ian. He played the last white ball before black a little so carelessly, getting himself snookered and losing it painfully That's why it is Ishmael in the lead. Should Ishmael win this frame in some kind of way, he will be 2 frames on the hill for the second time in the match ever since he led by 2-0.
Ask those guys to bring my Chinese food.
This one has to be a very good pattern for Ian, even to think he can have a chance of winning the frame in his current visit of the table. And if you can look at the 2 yellows that also have 2 reds close to them at the left end of the table, of course they'll be causing some kind of issue in Ian's pattern. Mchana Pub and Grill, our location, Ian versus Ishmael in a rematch for the 3rd time. The action with scores at 6-5. Ishmael, the South African, leading against Ian from Uganda. The yellow that is close to the cushion, if rolled in well, if he maintains the cue ball to put the 1 that is so close to it, by his body language you see he wants to put the 2nd yellow to the center pocket on the right. And he has to, after putting, leave the cue ball just in between those 2 reds with the perfection that he has full sight of the yellow. The cue ball must remain perhaps exactly where the yellow is. He rolls it well, but doesn't put. Tricky looking frame, this one. Ian will be fancied a little because of the corner pocket at the top end, which is left end if you're watching on Mchana Pool Club, which has his yellow occupy it, and yet there are 2 of Ishmael's red just behind, and we want to play to free another of his yellows. He could put the cue ball, the black, sorry. It is the first time in the match that his black is putted prematurely, but the second time in the match that the same player gifts another frame away to his opponent. And for the second time in the match, the South African Ishmael is enjoying a 2-frame cushion after 12 frames. It is Ian 5 and Ishmael Mthethwa 7. Here comes the break of frame number 13. Ishmael breaks fair, gets to put 1 ball, a yellow it was. Though not perfectly positioned, he will want to record an apple, take his lead to 3, make himself some kind of likely winner of the match. He does get to close the table, and the South African is playing reds. Pending confirmation, there is expectation of a rematch of action between the Ugandans and the Kenyans in the team event. We shall be advising accordingly if there will be a money match as well. The other expectation is that on Sunday, the other Ugandan who is across the border, that is Joseph Kasozi, who has been hunting in Dar es Salaam, will be traveling to Nairobi to have action against Ishmael, but still pending information from Q Masters, his management team. With Ishmael going for apple. Of course, now he's sensing blood. He is on a mission of revenge. This time around, for the Ishmael beat, sponsored by Team Mchana. Ian, sponsored by Team Big Kells. Both players for the day are having sponsorship thousands of miles away from home, where they call home. For Ishmael, South Africa, for Ian, Uganda. That was almost so special. Ishmael got so unlucky. After playing so well, he opted the cue ball could be bounced off the cushion and into the yellows or the red, close to the 2 yellows. He's done exactly so. Maybe the cue ball could have been played with just a little bit more power. The frame would be finishable, but for now I really cannot say so. He has sight perhaps of one of the reds. He may believe that with that little sight it is cuttable into the center pocket. On the left it is the center pocket bottom. Watching on Channel Pro Club, he goes for the leftwards red instead. Maybe the sharp cutter. I'm not even certain which shot he is exactly going for. He goes for the bank, and the cue ball likely intercepts the red. And that was so close to Ishmael winning the frame. There was perhaps very little contact between white and red. If you could just take a moment and play it backwards. That's why I say over and over again that the difference between victory and defeat can mean to be very, very little. The cue ball just had a little slide of the red and stopped its movement into the corner pocket, which movement would be winning Ishmael a frame. Perhaps right now it would already have been done. For Ian, this one will be only a fighting chance. With his yellows positioned a little too tricky for him even to make a ball, he will want to go for the one to the center pocket on the left, which he gets in. Then now that is every reason for Ishmael to worry. It is more finishable this frame than it does look, especially looking at the corner pocket bottom where there is Ishmael's red. A yellow is possible because there is space, and you can observe that space even better if you're watching from the camera angle of the break and finish live stream. Ivan Oketa, thank you for watching. You're asking why Ibra feared to play. It is the business between players, but there is a possibility of that match being played on another day, and that day could be as soon as Sunday, and if it is played it could be with even a bigger pot. in which case it's likely to be the last match between Ishmael and Ibra, but that is still pending confirmation, as Ian is on the verge of confirming that he will be winning frame number 13. He wants to roll the last yellow to the corner pocket. Top cable will be natural for the second to the center pocket on the left, which will also be rolling in again, get natural white for black to the center pocket right. And just as Ishmael stole 2 frames of Ian in the last 2 that they were played, in the very next, Ian steals a frame of Ishmael. As he puts black to record the 6, it is now Ian 6 and Ishmael 7. Dominic Mutisa, thank you for watching. Afrostream supporting the die-hard. Ben Madiope also seems to be supporting the die-hard as much as Greatman Chimbundi supporting Ian and says hi to me. Greatman, I am good as well. I'm exactly where I would wish to have been anyways. And I thank God for the fact that I am able to do what I do, what I love to do. With Ian now on 3 reds, with 3 reds on the table, one of them positioned tricky, the one that is close to the black near the side pocket. It is a little too tricky. Now this one has to be a big shot by Ian. He normally likes to produce these. If it goes for red to the center pocket on the right, the cue ball could be played with the skill of the bottom cushion into the black close to the red, simply to split the second red open and try and make a clearance. He goes for simply having sight of the red. What he has in mind perhaps is the bank over that red to the side pocket on the left, which, if you're watching on Michana Pool Club, is the side pocket at the bottom. The idea So if the cue ball slide off the red, I'm not certain the bank is possible. If he doesn't get the shot, he knows he's more than certainly losing the frame, especially given the position of the yellows and the fact that it is Ishmael playing them anyway. The red is missed. It is potted at the second time of asking. Luck comes in to rescue Ian, but he's not fully rescued enough because he needs to pot black as well. I think with the same kind of skill to the side pocket left, maybe go for power and hope that he gets it into the right. If it's not in at the very first time of asking. Here comes the hit with the same exact skill, perhaps same exact power. Misses, and yet another side corner pocket this time round. That will be the luckiest move of the match from Ian, which is as well the equalizing move. It is Ian 7 and Ishmael 7. It is 15 frames played, dear viewers. Part 5 between Uganda's Ian Kazibwe and South Africa's Ishmael Mthethwa. And they are racing to 21 for 2,000 US dollars. 8 frames for Ish and 7 for Ian. As for these two, most of the time that they face off, I'm only saying most of the matches are so close. Besides the first and the second, the first one won by Ishmael by 15 by Ian by 15 frames to 10 in Dar es Salaam. The second one by Ian right here about 5.5 days ago by Ishmael for the same exact score. The last two have been very tight, both won by Ian. This one is very tight. Who will be winning it? Your guess is as good as mine. But the match is starting to be very entertaining, especially if shots can be played with that kind of clinicism. His intention is exactly what he did. Sometimes then you can play the cue ball direct, even not playing it to put a red, moving it into the yellow. Even in the direct shot, you may fail to get that kind of accuracy. And will be even more accurate this time round because cue ball is pretty perfect for him to put the remaining red on the table to the corner pocket at the top end of the table. If you're watching on Break and Finch Live, it is the left corner pocket. If you're watching on Channel Club, cue ball will be tricky here. You get a feeling in its natural movement. You may play it off at the top cushion on the right and then move it leftwards for it to be played either into the black, maybe into the yellow close to black, or just behind the black. This is the shot with a right spin off the cushion. How close can it be to the black? This is very good cueing from the Ugandan. His pattern can mean to be a little too lethal for the guy that is becoming a real menace for Ishmael. He equalizes after 16 frames. It is 8 for Ian and 8 for Ishmael. We are 4 frames away from the halftime of the match. There is very little, perhaps nothing, to separate the two players. The break will be very critical. It can be very critical. And we have gotten the break dry from Ishmael in frame number 17. Today the place is a little bit noisy in terms of music. I hope you cannot hear it loud enough to tell which song is being played. If you are, please don't hesitate to inform us in the comments. With the ear now playing red into red, then hopefully red into yellow, perhaps red a little off yellow after red into red, maybe red into red and then red directly into the corner pocket bottom for what will be him going for the frame, going with the reds. Red into red, and red is in. He has gotten 3 reds piled up close to each other, just around the middle of the table. That one will not be a situation he'll be so happy with. If he can pot one of them, he'll be playing it with the effect that the pot plays the cue ball into the 2 reds close to each other to split them open, create an opening, make it realistic that he can finish the frame, which is what he's doing, with some spaces now created in between the reds. It is possible to pot with ease, save for one that is close to 2 yellows near the left end of the table. And the match is being watched here at the venue by some of the Kenyan international players. I can see James Kimani, I can see John Chalo. Other pool players like Dog City around watching. Ibra, the Ugandan, are watching. Noah Etabo, the Kenyan, watching at the venue, amongst others. And also the match is being cast on giant screen throughout the venue, that is Mchana. And others are watching while feasting the Friday away, enjoying hot nyama choma and other very fantastic refreshments at the venue. Tomorrow, Saturday, not yet confirmation of action. If it is confirmed, you will be the first to know. Now the cue ball close to red. The red is portable to the corner pocket top, and then the cue ball could be played with a little backspin just close to the 2 reds. Has got not to be snookered behind the yellows, plays it into a yellow. I'm not so certain that is exactly what he wanted. He's made it a little too difficult for him to finish the frame off. I think he wanted to play the cue ball into the yellow and leave white exactly where yellow would have been removed. He may have 2 options here. Play red into red by connection, pot red to the corner pocket top, which is corner pocket bottom left. You're watching on Channel Pool Club, but there is as well the option of having a sharp cut of one of the reds on the right, pot it to the center pocket on the left, which is center pocket bottom. But I think he's playing red into red, wants to play red and pot red by connection. It's off, but red off red. Almost got lucky by getting one into the center pocket, but not lucky enough. Chance for Ishmael to regain his lead in the match. highly likely the frame will be won by Ishmael. He's making sure, he's making very good table inspection. He wants to make up his mind to come and make one clearance to win him frame number 19 out of the first 17. And Ishmael is now very sure that Ian is a very tough customer. And it has to be said, over the last 3 years, besides the time that Ishmael toured Uganda in 2016, in other events the Ugandans have not been giving it to him cheaply. And another Ugandan is watching this action from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, Joseph Kasozi, pending confirmation. He will want to be in Nairobi on Monday. If 2 matches are confirmed by Ishmael for a minimum of $2,000 each. That one could be played on home and away basis with Ishmael, as Kasozi suggests, Ishmael playing at his venue, that is Jamlock, and Kasozi could host at Mchana, or perhaps yes, Ian Potts. But how would win the cue ball be in relation to the remaining red on the table? I think he's looked at himself at least partially. Seems to have gotten himself snookered. Perhaps not, he can see the red at least partially. I'm not so certain what he wants to do. I'm not so certain he has enough sight of it to pot it given my camera angle. He goes for a sharp cut, plays red into yellow and misses the pot, and plays the red just against the cushion. The chance is now even bigger for Ishmael to win the frame and regain the lead. I actually did not see well enough that Ian played yellow first. I'm now trying to play the video backwards. Now I realize, yes, he did play yellow first. At an angle which is far away from the top end of the table. Please forgive me for not realizing that foul. But the umpire did, Ishmael did, and he's doing the needful. Make a clearance that will get him a 9th. It's always very good to be the first player to 10, especially going into what I expect will be a halftime break after 20 frames played. Normally when 20 frames are played, the players have spent the better part of 2 hours and may need a 5-minute rest. But that is only if at least one of them requests to have timeout. Ishmael going for yellow to the corner pocket. Another to a corresponding corner pocket, then black to the corner pocket where I potted the previous yellow. This one will be easy. And seemingly Ian concedes the frame as the umpire Kelvin Yegon racks frame number 18. It is Ian 8 and Ishmael 9.
Yeah, nobody knows what. Yeah, you don't say Mandala, you say.
Nine frames to 8. Ishmael leading. And this one is frame number 18. A match that has had so little to separate the players. A few unforced errors for the two, 2 frames gifted by Ian, a little too cheaply, and those ones will be paining as he tries to regain the lead that he once had in the match, a lead that is now being gotten by Ishmael. As for Ian, he will want not to break in frame number 18. He wants to use it as an equalizer, get himself to 9, make the match even tighter as we get closer to the halfway point of the action. Pretty finishable. All of them reds close to respective corner pockets, to the respective corners, and one on the side. It's just about the pattern, which is his strength anyway. And there goes the pot. A big pot it was. Here comes a chance for Ian, a big chance. It is finishable frame, a realistic equalizer, and rightly leaves the cut between red and the corner pocket on the right, because white will be natural for black to be potted to that same corner pocket with a lot of ease. The rest is a formality. Ishmael concedes. Ian 9 and Ishmael 9.
Jobe, after the seat to give me 17, he's insisting on 15. This 21. Jobe, that's unfair.
You are robbing. You are robbing. You are robbing.
Yeah, no, I get something. But, Jobe, you give me 17. And this 21. 15. Even 15 you're winning. No, 15. This is a dog, 6 dogs. Dog in the town. Dog in the city. Dogs.
Now it's only twice in this match that one of the players has been having a 2-frame lead. That is when it was, I think, 2-0 when Ishmael won the first 2. Then I think there is a time that he led 7-5. Outside of that, it has always been either a 1-frame lead by either of the players or scores tied, just as they are tying now. You get the feeling Ishmael has a chance. And a certain Mr. Ibra Sejemba is on the sidelines watching this, maybe reading Ishmael's pattern and tactics, strengths and weaknesses. And what he has done could at the end of the day go down as a tactic. Yes, don't rule that one out. Because I expect at some point before Ibra quits Nairobi to have a match with Ishmael, but that is only pending confirmation from Roxbury. With Ian having a realistic chance here of being the first to 10. How realistic can it be? Of course, it will all depend on his pattern. He's choosing to play the yellow close to the cue ball first. Put it to the corner pocket, bottom of the screen. Watching on Break and Finish Live, it is the corner pocket, the top right if you're watching on Channel Pool Club. With the yellows generally in space, just for Ian that there is a red at the corner pocket on the right. It is the corner pocket top left if you're watching on Channel Pole Club. He may want to play the cue ball after playing yellow into that red to pot it, which is what he does. There goes the left-hander, always bailed out by that very lethal left hand every time that he's in trouble, and this time is testament of exactly that. And Ishmael will now have every reason to worry that maybe the Ugandan could be taking the lead for the first time in a long while in the match. I think it's just once that Ian has been leading, maybe when it was 6-5 or something. Now the red, that is rightwards of the three, is the one that will be causing some kind of trouble for Ian. It is the red that is leftwards of them all if you're watching at Mchana Pole Club. This one will be critical cue ball manipulation as he puts yellow with power off the cushion back to the location, I think, where he wants it, as long as he has sight of the yellow that is perhaps in between the reds. He should be good to go. I'm not so certain he has full sight of it because he has to see it enough to put it. That's why he's playing the one instead that is leftwards in cue ball off cushion. How close can it be to the yellow? There we go. If we can get that yellow into the side pocket at the bottom, it will be something of a clearance, most especially if it is in, that is the yellow, and then the cue ball sufficient for Ian to pot black as well. Here comes the Ugandan. Going for yellow to the side pocket and also trying to maintain black with the same shot where even potting is difficult. But he will try. He knows how difficult it is. He needs all the space. Also knowing that shouldn't he pot the yellow, highly likely he will be losing the frame and surrendering what should have been himself taking the lead. Here he comes again. After concentrating again, the yellow is off again. Now Ishmael has every chance of taking it and has demonstrated it in just one shot of play, potting and then playing the cue ball into the red that he was frozen against the cushion. Ian knows that that is more than enough to win the frame for Ishmael and lose the frame for Ian, and is playing with vigor, perhaps, as well as some arrogance in his attacking play. He knows that these he can pot even with his eyes closed. He will be potting the last red on the table to the side pocket on the right, and then black to the corner pocket for what will be him winning a 10th out of 19 in the match. Ish versus the black, of course. He will pot Ish 10 and Ian 9. Rest to 21 for $2,000 US.
Artificial intelligence.
And with the end of this ongoing frame, the match shall have seen its halfway point. I'm trying to play back to see how much we've played for. It is exactly 1 hour and 40 minutes. If we can have that playing speed, it is relatively fair. If we can take this match all the way to a decider, the duration of the match shall have been a little over 3 hours, which for a rest to 21, I think is good playing speed. I have ever recorded a race to 21 for 8 hours. And I recorded another race to 21 for 7 hours. That's included so many timeouts after every few frames and some negative tactics between the players. But these two are just giving the game to each other and meaning the offensive side of the game. This one is Big Kel's Ian. Taking on Ishmael, who is a representative of two countries neighboring each other. That is Zimbabwe, the country of his birth, and South Africa, the country of his naturalization. So he's proudly South African. I have to say he's South African and proud, but he's Zimbabwean by blood. Shete Andrew, you're making fun. You say it will take me 2 days to stream Ibra versus Sakala. Okay, I have a stream on this very channel. Ibra versus Sakala. They raced to 15. It ended 14 frames to 15, and it took just about 5 hours. It happened at Queens in Bulawayo, just at the end of 2023, on the eve of the 2023 edition of the Queens Sports Club Double Elimination Competition that was won by Caesar, who beat Jerry in the final. And just as a matter of information, the 2025 edition of the championship is already being advertised, and it will be happening in the month of May. And these two players, alongside the 88 others, because invitees have been 90, and there will be a separate competition for ladies, both men and women playing double elimination. And then the plan, as I was speaking to Boss Towers, I requested him to have a team event as well, and he welcomed it with open arms. Therefore, all action will be heading to Bulawayo, Zimbabwe in May. And then also in the same month there will be action from Johannesburg, that is a team event. Before then there will be a singles competition at Dralebas again in Johannesburg. Too much international competition coming up in the next weeks and months. In June, the Aiden Joseph Tour of Nigeria will be happening, courtesy of Big Kells. Players like Ian, then Ibra Sejemba. Who else? Why am I forgetting? Ginte. Those are three. Who is the fourth? There are five. Of course, the Nigerian player, Nigeria number one, Sheu. And one other player whom I'm forgetting, I don't know exactly for what reason. Will all be facing the South African Aiden Joseph in Lagos, in Nigeria. That will be in the month of June. That's the first time in a long while that Aiden will be making a proper tour. The last time that he toured was both in Uganda and Kenya, and he did have very good results in both countries. And Ringo, you say that Yulan Gavenda versus Tammy Jabavu can also take 8 hours. Yulan is a lot faster than Tammy, and leave me alone. Tammy is my friend. But Tammy, he played up to the second live semi-finals of the African Pool Ultimate Championships, but boy, his match took a lot of time in comparison to the other semi-final that had many frames played compared to his own. And I think it is the comp where he was defeated by Maluva, the Zim. And what can Ian do here? Yellow into the side pocket, cue ball into another yellow, but the shot lacks power. And with this one, Ishmael will not mind. He knows that a chance given to play is a chance given to steal the frame away. And guys, wherever you're watching from, be it Facebook or YouTube. That is Break and Finish Live Facebook, Channel Pool Club YouTube, as well as Peter Chove Live YouTube. Please don't forget to like the video. It just takes maybe half a second. Just tap the thumbprint and then enjoy the game. Kalebo Gawaheng, you say the Grim Reaper is commonly used in the personification of death. Because, by the way, that's why I'm not making a lot of noise about Ian's suggested new nickname. I don't know what that means. That name means, but it's written on his chart. But I know it's kind of to scare off his opponents, that he will kill them or something. Morales Stoffel, thank you for watching on Break and Fish Facebook, as well as Cyril Matele. You're asking where is Damien, the white guy in Kenya who once challenged Edin? Yes, he's called Damien Overton. He's British, originally Scots, so he was working in Kenya. He was Team Mchana, but nowadays he's back home. Hopefully when he gets to Kenya, we shall get to enjoy a lot of his action. He was a very, very big part of Mchana, and he was the best player around. Nesca, thank you for watching, supporting Ian on Break and Finish Live. And Ian is playing defense, but not defensive enough, as frame number 20 could be on the verge of being taken by Ishmael, just as 10 of the first 19. And it is a very critical time in which to take an impactful lead, the half-time of action, because it does sink into the opponent's head that I have lost the first half, and this frame is marking the half time of the match. I'm not so certain there will be time out. The players just seem to want to continue playing and playing and playing. Of course, that's very good of them. With Ish highly likely to be extending his lead. He did lose out to Ian at Jamlock the last time out. The two players faced off, and that one really hurt Ish. And Ian also demonstrated his big talking. He told Ish they are friends, by the way. Ian told Ish that if you want to play with me every day for the year, I will never go back to Uganda.
No money game. The team knows the team will play. The thing is, it has to be 5 of them playing because they are just yes. So everybody knows.
Yes, so now they are. Maybe he wants, I don't know. 20 frames played, Ishmael 11 and Ian 9. Jubando. The one and only Jubando.
You enjoying it? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. This is Mighty Poch joining the stream as Chove Live goes for health break. We are live at Mchana Pub and Grill. And it's pitting against Ishmael against Grim Reaper Ian. That's his new logo, Grim Reaper. So far is Ishmael is on 11 and Ian is on 9. He apologizes that shot. He apologizes for that shot. He has a big opportunity to do away with these red balls. That's a shot enough. That is good shooting and good cueing from the South African. Remember, the rivalry between South Africa and Uganda is such big. Anytime they play, it's not only the win, but also the pride at the same time. The prestige. This one is looking possible. It is looking possible for Ishmael. It's looking possible. It's looking possible. Not really, but it's looking possible. Yes, it is possible. It is possible for Ishmael. He might extend it to 12. Yes. Uganda shall be 12. Sorry, Uganda shall be 9. South Africa will be 12. Remember, it's a race to 21. It's never over until it's over. Ishmael had looking strong at the moment, with the possibility of extending his lead. Let's wait and see. He might extend his lead. Remember, the guy is playing has beaten him twice. He's only won 1 against this Ugandan Ian. And in the event he wins this race, it shall be a draw, 2-2 within a span of 1 week. Oh yes, he's done it. So going forward, I think this is a turning point, very good turning point for the South African. So in the event Ishmael wins this race, it shall be tied at 2-2. So far, Ian is ahead in the races they've had. Ian is 2, Ishmael 1. So apparently, this is supposed to be a fighting chance for the South African. big rivalry between these two nations, Uganda and South Africa. Just going through a little bit of your comments. Big, far pool. Coach, I know you cannot. Those balls. What are you saying? What are you guys saying? Alex says, I'm behind Ian. Ishmael can't win. Davis to Sime. But Ishmael is not professional. When he's done playing, he has to distance himself from the table. His tactics for beginners. Then Muhammad is saying Charles Pavins maybe is not aware of this match. And Drew, you are saying we love Ian. Mon Mzinga is saying go Ian, please. This must be Ugandans, I suspect. These are Ugandans. Why the South Africans? I think let me just share just a few seconds. I'm gonna share. I'm in a number of South African groups. I've just checked in here. Let me just forward this match to the South African group so that the South Africans can also join us, because apparently this is skewed towards the the Ugandan side. So let me just a few seconds. I'm going to forward this race to the South African pool channels and clubs and WhatsApp, whatever. So I've apparently shared this race with around 5 or 6 of the South African channels. So hopefully they will join in their numbers so that they counterattack the upledge of the Ugandans. Ugandans look to be majority so far. But going forward, it's been a very nice race between these two you guys. So far, the race has been gentle. Very great sportsmanship. I suppose so. No big complaints. Yet it's big money. The money involved is too big. Ishmael on the table. He's picked the yellow balls and is queuing very well at the moment. And those, almost. He apologizes to Ian. Good, great sportsmanship. and is looking destined to pull this one out. Looking very destined, very, very destined indeed, because with his quality, their black ball looks complicated a little bit, but let's wait and see. The black ball is a little bit complicated, but all those yellow balls, possibility of them going in is 95%. Blessed give us Ishmael plays like Jinte. Blessed give again scoreboard. We are going to tell you the scoreboard. The scoreboard is Ian 10, Ishmael 13. Collins, beautiful finish-ish. Gemma Bessa, I think, is learning. Revolutionist, solutionist, I like that network. Will be controlling that network. Lubala, you're saying someone must tell Ishmael that he can't play against the big wild dog cities beating him. Gemma Pesa says, wherever you're gone, Uoni game power. Anonymous TX2860. I saw a player have registered for weekend tournament with Kenyans. No competition in Lagos status. It's interesting indeed. It's very interesting indeed. Ricky, mobile solutions. I'm available here. Great man, Chim. Hi, Peter. Come on, Ian. Good evening, Peter. Monsignor. More, all right. There's so many positive and as well negative comments. But as we are talking about the comments, Ishmael puts another one. Ishmael will be 14 and he takes a slight health break. Wow. How do you counter this if you are Ian? Ish looks very comfortable in the game. Looking seriously empowered to win and to go for the game. And here we are. Just next to me is Dog City. Dog City just telling me Dog City has a very good record against Ishmael. Dog City has a big record against Ishmael. Probably, if I was him, I will go outside to talk to Ian about the strategy, the best strategy to beat the South African Ish. Dog City, what a match. Do you love it?
Yeah, the match is interesting. Just now I'm feeling good.
All right. You have a big record against Ishmael. Is this the time you could probably go out there and tell Ian how to beat Ishmael, the South African?
Ian is a good player as well, but I think on my side I'm lucky. I'm lucky than Ishmael. Yeah, that's why I have a big record against him. Yeah, that's it.
But the way this game is going on, can you do a prediction? Just a slight prediction, maybe the range of the win or probably who's going to be the winner? Dog City.
You never know. It might change. Ishmael is leading by 4 frames for now, but it's a game. It's a game of chances. It can change. It can go either way. Yeah, I can't predict it. But I wish Ian can win. I wish Ian.
And the way we expected it, Ugandan and Ugandan, they will never part ways. The Ugandan Ian is being supported by the Ugandan Dog City. Just next to me here, watching the game very keenly because I think he should be playing. He should be playing a race. By the way, as we wait for this, come back on the table. Ian, sorry, Dog City. Is there any of the races confirmed? Yes, tomorrow or the other day. Is there any race confirmed for you?
For now, I have money matches in Chinese. So for now, Black Ball, I think I'll put Black Ball aside for now.
Yeah. For how many days?
I think for about 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
So apparently, for you to put, because you're having a good record in the black ball, the Chinese must be big money for you.
Yeah, I have a lot of money matches in Chinese.
Bigger money than the black ball.
Yes, yeah. I'm playing against a Chinese guy.
All right.
Yeah.
How much? Just tell us just briefly. How much is the money, the pot?
I'm sure the pot should be 200,000 Kenyan money.
All right.
Yeah.
That's big money. That's big money. That is 2,000 US dollars. That's a lot of money. All right. All right. So that is a good money. So apparently, one thing I know you're a generous guy. If you win in the 4 days, probably you make 1 million Kenyan shillings. And remember us, please. Remember me and Chobe Live. Are you going to remember me? Both of us. My name is Peter Poj, and Chobe Live is also Peter Chobe. So you're going to remember us. Just confirm with the viewers. Are you going to remember us?
Yeah, of course. I can't forget you.
Thank you so much. That was Dog City. He's saying he's taking us a 4-day break from the black ball. But Kenya's got so many Chinese. There's so many. So many. Just next to us here, just a few yards away, we have a place called China City. So many Chinese, big Chinese, small Chinese, and tall Chinese and short Chinese. All of them are just a few yards away from here. So Kenya is home for everybody. And there's a big Ugandan contingency here. Apart from the population of Uganda, there's so many Ugandans here. Trust me, even so many Kenyans, they can speak Luganda. Trust me, Kenya is home for everybody. And remember, just to let you know that Uganda and Kenya are very good friends and very good neighbors, big neighbors. If you look at the terms of economics, balance of trade, there's no country in the world with a big balance of trade like Kenya and Uganda. The biggest balance of trade in both countries, Kenya and Uganda, it is those two countries, Kenya, Uganda. Uganda supplies a lot of food, a lot of grains, a lot of stuff to Kenya, eggs, name it. And apparently, Kenya is a nerve center for Uganda's economy. Uganda is landlocked. Uganda lies on so much Kenya's in road and rail infrastructure, not forgetting the aviation infrastructure as well. So these two countries cannot do without each other. And they're good friends as well. Very good friends. When you in Busia or Malaba and the borderlines, so you can even differentiate between Kenyan and Ugandan. But this is rivalry. Oh no. Ian has just made a mess of himself there. Just when he was trying to come back from the game to the game, he's just made a big blunder. He's made a big blunder there. He's made a big blunder. That's a big blunder for me. But it's okay. He can still pull up. He has done very miraculous shots here. That was a big mistake from Ian.
Yeah. He miscalculated the shot. You understand? This game, if you miscalculate your shot, you will be punished.
Yes, and I'm just joined here with the youngest Kenya pool player. Professional pool player, we call him the last born. He's the youngest last born. What do you think about this frame? Do you see Ishmael taking this one? Because the yellows don't look complicated as such.
You see, coach, if you do one mistake, you are gone. These guys, they are too good men. They only need one chance to come back to the table. If they get that one chance, you are done. You are gone.
All right. That's when you are the youngest. We know you are the youngest in Kenya pool, professional side. Ugandans are here. There's a young boy. I think he's even younger than you slightly. Have you anticipated. Do you think you could challenge him before he leaves? Because that would be a very good match.
Yeah, but if you sponsor me, I can do it.
What pot are you thinking about?
Small boat, 10K, 20K boat.
Take it to the bank. So that one we shall be discussing in a few. Maybe tomorrow we can discuss that. Before that boy, you call it Yahawaya.
Yeah.
No, it's called Yahawaya. It's just
No, yeah.
yeah.
It's a Muslim name.
Oh, but I struggle to call that name. But I see he has 6 words. 6 words on the name. Yahawaya.
Yeah. You don't put W, you put H. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I lost a lot of money because of not pronouncing the name right yesterday. So from now, I don't think I'll lose any more money. Thank you, last one, and may you enjoy the rest of the evening. Back to the table, as we anticipated it. Ishmael from South Africa diehard was on a big advantage. Wow. He's apparently enjoying his game. He's enjoying his game. Even Dog City is nodding. What a clearance. Last one. That was a good clearance.
Yeah, I already told you, these guys, they only need one chance on the table. If they get that one chance, they are praying to get that one chance.
But it's Eid Mubarak today, and it's the last day of Ramadan. How was the month of Ramadan?
No, yesterday was the last day of the Ramadan, not today.
Oh, no, okay. So today was Eid, the celebration.
Today we were feasting, we were eating very well.
All right. Is any left over for the other people? Because during Christmas also we give you some food.
You know, Boja, this month is the month of charity, not the month of slaughtering. So this month we give back to the poor ones.
Oh,
Yes.
so that's why I don't see a lot of goats being slaughtered left and center.
But after 2 months, you will see the goats slaughtered.
Alada.
Yes.
You call?
Idul Adha.
Ilujuhada.
This one is Idul Fitr.
All right. So Ilfitri,
Means charity.
Charity?
Fitri means charity in Arabic.
so that means I also qualify to get something from you tonight.
No, you are not poor. We are giving back the poor.
I've got so many poor relatives. Can I call them to come here so that you can give them something?
It's already gone, watch.
Thank you. That's the last one for you. It's a fantastic player we have in Kenya, and we love him. Most of the Kenyans really love him. Call him last one. It's the young Kenyan professionals. Trust me, you can give a run for any player, apart from the top players like Caesar and Aden Joseph. But the rest, I think you can take a risk on them. And also, I think he fears Jeremiah Green. You fear Jeremiah Green a little bit. Who do you fear in most in Africa?
Me.
Yes.
This game is a chance. I don't fear anyone. I only fear God.
All right. Thank you so much. Back to the table. Ian has a chance to pull. Yes. He's looking promising for the Ugandan Ian. It's looking promising. You just need to take one shot at a time. It's very important. And it does its protocols right. Because this game has rituals, other protocols. You miss one, probably you might regret. Nice stroking, nice sofa. Good intention. He might dislodge that problem. Yellow ball next to the red ball. Oh, yes, done it. Now it is finishable. And he's done it very professionally indeed. So I think going forward, this is going to be another, Ian pulling one back. You just need to play one shot at a time. No complication. You just need to play one shot at a time. Yes, so far so good. For him. So far so good. You just need to, no complication. You just need to simplify his shots. The yellows are possible, but yes, Simple as possible, no complication. Good one. And I think this one is going to be Ian's frame for the taking. One shot at a time. Perfectly done. Perfectly done by Ian. So this one also, you just need to pot that yellow ball. With this quality, trust me, Ian will pot the black ball in any pocket. And he's been lucky in the initial stages. He's been doing miraculous shots. You just need to pot that one so that in case a straight shot doesn't come in, you just do a miraculous shot and it goes in. Yes, perfectly done. I don't think anybody will have done it any better. Last one, that was a perfect shot.
Yeah. Doro.
And also Doro from Ding Doro from Southern Sudan is just next to me here. Ding Doro, what can you say?
Hi guys, my prediction Ishmael is winning. Yeah, Tumsana Ishmael has chances to win 50-50 or 60 on Ishmael side.
But just tell us, Southern Sudan, we know Chol Riak and another Chol. There are a few Southern Sudanese players based in Kenya. You're one of them. At the moment, Southern Sudan pool, what can you say about it compared to the rest of East Africa?
Okay, pool is growing. It's not only South Sudan, but pool is growing actually. Now competition is good. How people are competing. Yeah, big up to Mr. JNM chairman for how he brought pool so far. And in Kenya, we are not more than 5 players of South Sudan.
Okay, who is the best Southern Sudanese player in Kenya at the moment?
Chol Riak. Chol is our SSD1. Chol is SSD1. Right. Yeah, Chol Riak.
This thing I just keep hearing about the Southern Sudanese protocols and their history, that you are not supposed to beat your senior in anywhere in the pool or anywhere. Is it true? Because every time I see you playing Chol Riak, if as much as you are ahead, you tend to relax a little bit. Is it the truth that you are not supposed, according to Southern Sudanese, you're not supposed to beat your senior?
Yeah, it's not allowed. You're supposed not to beat your elder. Right. Yeah, you don't need to beat him in front of people.
All right.
Yeah.
So if he's not in front of people, you can beat him.
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about that? We are African, and African is our business. But it's okay. I think it's important to also really acknowledge the various. Wow, that is a clearance and a half. This guy means business, and the way he's playing and queuing, I think it's looking promising in this race for Ishmael. But remember, Ishmael has been losing against this Ian Ugandan for quite a long time. The history, Chope, the historian will be telling you, but Ian calling himself Grim Reaper. Remember, he's just joined Nigeria pool fraternity in the last 2-3 weeks. He'll be joining Jinte from Malawi. And according to one of the scouts from Nigeria, apparently we are expecting a number of top African pool professionals to join Nigeria. And just to ask maybe Dock City, there are quite a number of professionals.
I think it's good for our sport to grow. But on my side, for me, I'm mobile. I'm everywhere. So don't be shocked when you see me to Nigeria. So yeah, that's it. I'm everywhere. Okay. I'm everywhere.
So, but those are your friends also joining? So far, how is the treatment? Are they comfortable, or is there a complaint from those people joining the Nigerian full pool fraternity. Are there any complaints? Because those are your friends, you talk to them every day. Ian is you are sleeping next to him, you're close to him.
About the management, so yeah, it's a good management. That's what I can say. Yeah, that's what I think.
Thank you, Doc City. Back to the table. Ian probably will pull this one. I think he'll pull this one. Ian is playing the red ball, the last red ball now there. You just need to play it as simple as possible. No complication. Ian has the ability and the capability to put the black ball in any of those 6 pockets. So you just need to play it as simple as possible. No complication. Yes. He's opted for the straight or direct, the corner pocket right across. Yes, it's be there. So far so good. The players have been very professional. They've been giving good account of themselves. As we continue, we'll be going through your comments. Chobe apparently just gone. Chobe live just went with our comment phone or display, but we'll just borrow another one here so that we can give you the comments. We can go through your comments, because without you viewers, I don't think we will be happy being here. You keep us happy, you keep us alive, you keep us entertained, and the interaction is extremely positive and refreshing. A bit of some network issue on the Chobe live stream, and even probably back and finish. We are trying to sort it out. Remember, we are streaming 3 channels at the moment. Concurrently, we are doing Chobe live, break and finish. At the same time, we are doing Mchana Pool Club. So those are 3 channels running concurrently. So probably 1 or 2 could be having an issue, but still there are other alternatives for you. But we'll try as much as possible. I'm just trying to, I think Choberai will control his channel or network or page. I'm just sitting for him briefly as he goes for a health break. But Chobe has been the last 4, 5, 6, 7 days, he's been doing the live stream, commentating almost the whole night, right from the afternoon. As a human being, sometimes you need to relax and rest. But the one way of supporting Chobe Live and Mchana Pool Club, the host, is to remember to like the videos, like the streams. It gives positive reviews. And probably when there's the right time for monetization, our friend Chobe Live, at the same time Mchana Pool Club, will benefit greatly. So remember, it takes just a fraction of a second to like and to subscribe. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Ishmael on the other side has pulled another one up. He's actually on 17. Almost going to the home stretch. Ian has to intervene now, and Ian has to do it right away, because if he let Ishmael goes to 19, probably we might call it, because Ian is a quality who can do a break and finish, as well as a reverse dish. So Ian must be careful, must be extremely careful to control the margin. Ian breaks. Oh no, he's done it, but one yellow ball not looking very good. This yellow ball next to the black ball, but let's try and see how he manipulates himself. He might probably go for the red ball. That is the best advice. He has to go for the red balls. There's no option for Ian. He has to go for the red ball. And it's very important for him indeed. This is now or never. He must not let Ishmael reach 18 as is 12. Because if Ishmael goes to 18, we might as well call it. With the quality of the game Ishmael is displaying tonight. You cannot allow. Oh no. Oh no. Is it the gods or what? Just when he was just about to maintain and control. What was that really? Remember, we are live at Mchana Pool Club, one of the best pool clubs in East and Central Africa, if not Africa. 9 international world-class quality pool. Oh, that's even Ishmael appreciates that shot. That could be one of the contenders for the shot of the night. That was a shot and a half. Across there I can see Ibra smiling about that shot, because that is his companion, that is his countermate pulling that shot. I think he has another chance to pull this one. Remember, we are a little bit struggling a little bit. Comments, Chober apparently went for a health break, and he went with our display of the comments, but we shall be squeezing. We'll come squeezing your comments as much as possible, whatever you can get it. I have to look for Chobe, whatever he is, because I don't think he can be in the toilet this long. That certainly is not in the toilet. He must be somewhere. I must get him somehow. I like this comment. Brian Kurugat is saying, the gods of pool are against Ian. Should consult. No, Ugandans have got powerful black magic. I don't think Ian should be worried about that. And he pulled it already. How about that? How about that for a control of the cue ball? Muglis, oh, they're having a problem again. I think Chobe will try to find a way of dealing with this. A lot of bits of buffering a little bit. I think that's a shot and a half. That's top quality. Top quality. Ian, give it to Ian. That's top quality. That was perfectly done. I don't think anybody could have done it better than that. Even the best players in the world would have not done it that way. That is the best of the best from the Ugandan Ian. Brian still says Aden should come to Kenya, but I think the quality we played here, the people have played here, I think it is not easy for even Ferdinand Joseph the quality has really improved. Right now, so many players can give Ade Joseph a run for his money. And Chobe has just jetted in here. Chobe live. And Chobe just jetted into the stream. Chobe. So many people are missing you here. They're wondering where you gone, because the comments, you went with the fun of the comments, and apparently I think you're enjoying Kenya. Are you enjoying Kenya?
I'm not enjoying as much as you do when you have your big glass, which is branded Mighty Podge.
Chobe Live, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk to the viewers. The Ugandans seem to be worried about this race.
I'm very fine. I'm just very proud working with the guy that gave me the microphone for the first time.
And apparently you've become better and better and better. And I'm very happy as well. But Chobe, just to let you know, I don't know whether I'm wrong with the history. These two players, I think so far Ian still has a better record against.
This is the fifth money match they are playing between themselves and this is the third city. The second country. The first 4 matches had Ian win thrice and Ishmael once.
So does it mean even if Ishmael wins this one, still our brother Ian will still have a better record?
But he will have equalized in terms of the count of money, because 2 of the matches that Ian has won against Ishmael were 1,000 pot. This one is 2,000 pot. So he gets back what belonged to him at one time.
Thank you.
Die hard.
Thank you so much, Chobe Live.
But remember, Ishmael has not yet won. He can, if he can win 4 before Ian can win 8 out of the remaining maximum 11 frames left to play. With the spirit of a diehard, he never lets go. The South African is having a 4-frame lead, which has been protecting quite jealously, has been guarding it every time. Ian has been coming close. Ishmael has been stretching further. That is ever since Ishmael led by 15 frames to 10. That is the gap that normally someone can build up and then make it insurmountable. He's having the benefit of a fish at Ishmael, needing to have one of his reds played open, and then he will be going for the frame. That shall be an 18th for him. Surely he will be doing so. And I'm hearing information that the snipers team from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania, they do plan to have some of their players here. The likes of Steven Jackson, the likes of Abdallah Hussein, the likes of Saif Hamad, who knows. As for Ishmael and the Ugandans, it will be more action guaranteed, as much as another frame guaranteed for the South African, as Ian concedes frame number 31. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Ishmael 18 and Ian 13. The lead grows back to 5. Ishmael is not just a favorite, but indeed an overwhelming favorite for the victory of 2,000 US dollars. You are watching the 5th money match action between the Ugandan Ian Kazibwe, the Grim Reaper, and Ishmael Mthethwa, the diehard from South Africa, racing 21 for 2,000 US dollars here at Mchana Pub and Grill in Nairobi, in Kenya. With 31 frames played, this is the 32nd, with Ian breaking relatively big. The Reds are more in number, with none of them potted on the break. In fact, 2 yellows were potted, but it's the red that look a little more finishable. Not just a little more finishable, much more finishable. Of course, he'll be having one thing in mind, Ian. A win frame number 14 for himself in his current visits of the table. He's going for yellow, try to put yellow into red. If he puts red, he will have closed the table and playing reds. And yes, he does. Not only closes the table, also playing now Ishmael's yellow dead. Frozen against the cushion at the left end of the table. If you're watching on Channel Pool Club, it is the cushion at the top if you're watching on Break and Finish live. The Ugandan, ever since adventing into Kenya, which is 7 days ago, has played 3 races, all against Ishmael, winning 2 and losing 1. And the one that he lost was for $2,000, and yet he had already redeemed the 1,000 that he had lost earlier, meaning that the 2,000 pot was all profit. And if he doesn't win 8 before Ishmael wins 3, then Ishmael will be redeeming his $2,000 lost against Ian a few days ago. That was at Jamlock, about 25 kilometers east of where we are. How good will this be from Ian? Maybe he wants to utilize the little space between the jaw and the yellow to pass his red. He utilizes it and does so well. And of course, now he's heavily poised for a clearance, which will be another of the few that he has been winning by break and finish. Nonetheless, for the bigger part of the match, he has been a little outthought by the die-hard. Simply, maybe he needs the red at the top, the bottom end of the table played first. It's a shot that has been played so well and has to play pot, cue ball with a little cushion, a little spin. And the last one will be potted with a slight backspin, such that he can put with ease both red and black to the corner pocket bottom of the screen. The Ugandan misses and misses bigly, and that can be very determinant, can be very meaningful, can be very impactful for Ishmael, can be very useful. He will want to play, but in case he doesn't pot, it has to be defense. He played the defense shot well, and then he got a little unlucky, a little lucky perhaps. Umpire Kevin Yegon will inspect to ensure whether Ian is snookered. Even if he finds the red in the straight shot, I'm not so certain it can pass. Looks like some of its passage into the corner pocket bottom is blocked by Ishmael's yellow. Ian has sight of the red, plays off cushion and misses. Here, not only does he miss at the port of the ball, it looks like Ian misses the frame as well. Ishmael will be playing snooker for one final time before he makes a clearance that will take him to a 19th frame 1. Ian knows that for this ongoing frame, he seems to be fighting a losing cause. Can he come off the angle into the red? Off the angle, finds the red. There we are, almost scratched there. Ishmael can recover. There goes the recovery. With now him putting the yellow at the corner pocket stop, moves the cue ball close to both of the yellows left on the table. Could start with either. The one that is close to black, of course, will be played last. Another shot with the same exact skill, little backspin. The same shot that Ian failed a little while ago. Ishmael does, to show the difference between the players, at least for the second half of the match. Ishmael wins yet another frame and increases his lead further, with him now getting closer to the money, to the victory, to the pride, to the chance to make South Africa happy. Two to go for Ishmael out of the remaining 9. Sorry, out of the remaining, yes, 9. It is Ishmael 19 and Ian 13. The die hard. One of those times where he has been guaranteed just one match in the day. That's why he's fighting hard. Normally, he plays with full knowledge that win or lose, I'm running again. The same round, he knows that he's playing this and has to have a very big adjustment, because he set out his day to play a race with Ibra. Now he's playing with Ian. Of course, opponents he will face are perhaps very good as well, but when playing Ibra, it's a different ball game altogether, because you plan your game differently because of the different playing styles of both of the players. As for Ishmael, the die-hard, there is demonstration that with whoever opponent he may have, he can adjust and play quite well. No sign of fatigue for the die-hard. No sign of giving up. No sign of surrendering his lead. Every sign that he could be winning the match that could make him $2,000 richer. He's continuing in attacking mode. The Lion of Johannesburg that has roots in Bulawayo, needing to put 2 reds. The black is there for the taking for what could be a 20th, and with 1 visit of the table. This is excellent queuing from the South African Zim. Ishmael will be putting in the red to the corner pocket bottom. The black, even Francis Mkoko can pot. It is Ishmael 20 and Ian 13. Race to 21. 8 frames to go. Ian must win them all or else succumb to the loss of $2,000. Abias Mumza, thank you for watching on the YouTube stream. A little shout out to you, Charles Pavin, Adam Swadik, shouting Ian out. Daf Cokley, you're right. I did say yes. Ian won a 2K pot against Ishmael at Jamrock. It's the last match that the two played. I as well did say so. Francis Ngaunje, you're saying these are the mannerisms of Ish. The mannerisms of not letting go as long as there is a fighting chance. Tawanda Nyensea, waving the flags of South Africa and Zimbabwe. Thank you very much, Kenneth Botokwane. And now Ishmael will be supported most especially on Facebook, because both South Africans and Zims love their Facebook. And it's only during these streams that most people both in South Africa and Zimbabwe are realizing that this guy is a property of both of them, and is now seemingly bringing this one home against the guy that is one of his uncomfortable stones in his shoe in the tour. That is both Ian and Dog City that have caused some kind of financial loss to Ishmael so far in the tour. He has some profit from Ibra. If he wins this match, like he's seemingly winning his current visit of the table, he will be equalizing at least in terms of count of monies against Ian, although Ian still has the numerical lead in terms of number of matches won against Ishmael for the times that they are faced off against each other. He has 3 yellows left on the table. Ishmael aiming for one to the corner pocket top right, gets it in, moves the cue ball to the left end of the table, and will again aim to put the 2 yellows left on the table to corresponding bottom corner pockets left and right of the screen respectively. And it is just 1 yellow left on the table. He may as well want to play the cue ball into the black, play the black into space, perhaps throw the cue ball back into the red. It will all do. Back into the red. Already the South African is celebrating. He likes to cheer himself on with power, with vigor, with energy, with the chance to reclaim the 2,000 US dollars that he lost against Ishmael 5 days ago. Ishmael defeats Ian. Ladies and gentlemen, he will be congratulated by his opponent as victory has come to South Africa. We shall definitely be having an interview. Interview. This. Even this one. Congratulations, that was a performance. Huh?
Yeah. I'm still here. I still want more of Dog City. Please tell Dog City to come to me, please. I'm begging you.
I'll look at him. So in the first half, the first 20 frames, it was all even. You were winning 1, he was winning 1. Like that. Then after the halftime break, when it was 10-10, then the die had won like 6 frames in a row. Since then, of course, Ian had regular. So what did you do better in the second half, which you didn't do in the first half?
No, I think we both started bad with the breaks, not on our side, both of us. But also was a bit. I think he was supposed to go up, maybe 4-0 at the beginning. He made some mistakes, and I capitalized. Yep. That's how the game goes, yeah.
But for now, you have every right to celebrate your victory. I am keeping $1,000 for the match with Dog City.
No problem.
This is 1,000.
No problem.
Some in Kenya shillings, some in US dollars.
You can keep all. I want even 2,000.
You want it for 2,000?
Yes, you can keep all. You put all $2,000. Yes, keep.
He has rejected the money. He wants Dog City on the table.
I want Dog City. Please bring Dog City tomorrow. Please, I'm begging you. Tell him. When you see him, just tell him.
When I see him, I will tell him.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you.
Dog City, from wherever you're watching, Ishmael wants a date with you. Thank you for watching, guys. We shall meet when you have more action. Good night, and may the Almighty God bless you.